and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Romy, I'm a vegan food blogger and food photographer, and I thought today I'm just going to show you 3 of my favorite cheesy vegan recipes. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe in order to stay up to date with all of my videos, and yeah, let's get going.
First of all, let's start with one of my all-time favorites, mac and cheese. And I'm not quite sure what happened to my footage of this one recipe, but as you can tell, I had a little bit of an issue with my footage from this recipe. So I apologize in advance, but this one recipe you're gonna have to watch on these really small screens, but I'm sure you can still tell how the recipe goes. I always start by preparing the pasta according to the packaging instructions. And as you can tell, this time I decided not to go with the classical macaroni shape, but instead go with these little curly pasta shapes. Once these were cooked, I made a start on my vegan cheese sauce. Personally, I'm not a big fan of starch-based vegan cheese sauces, so my recipe instead uses soy milk as a base. To the soy milk, I added a good amount of nutritional yeast, some salt, garlic powder, turmeric, and also 2 tablespoons of tomato puree or passata. I stirred everything until combined and then let it bubble away for about 5 to 10 minutes before adding tapioca starch to the saucepan. The tapioca starch is what's going to help the sauce become like a really cheesy, thick and gooey sauce. I continuously stirred it until the tapioca was activated and the sauce has become thick enough. I then combined the sauce with the pasta and transferred everything to an oven-proof dish. I like my mac and cheese crispy on the top, so 2 of my favorite toppings are fried onions and breadcrumbs. And a pinch of salt, of course. For the crispy finish, I bake everything in the oven for about 10 minutes, roughly. And yeah, then you're already ready to serve. I love eating my mac and cheese fresh out of the oven when the vegan cheese sauce is all nice and creamy and gooey, and the top is all nice and crispy. But of course, you can also keep it in the fridge overnight and reheat it the next day. We're on to recipe 2 now, and we're back on the full screen. And this recipe is actually one of my favorite lazy day go-tos because it's so simple to create, and it's a vegan grilled cheese sandwich. For this recipe, I started with 2 slices of bread, and I spread some organic ketchup on one of the slices, and then topped with some sun-dried tomato. A little sprinkle of salt and pepper, and I then started slicing my... This time I used this jalapeno and chili cheddar by Tesco. And I just cut off a couple of slices, or at least I'll try to. As you can tell, it's a bit difficult to cut this cheese into slices because it's very soft, but also very melty and delicious. I placed the cheese on one of the slices, and then I also added in a sliced gherkin, and then closed my sandwich after that. I always like to press it down a little bit just to make sure that none of the toppings or fillings can actually drop out when I lift the sandwich. And then I spread some vegan butter along the bottom of my sandwich. This will help it get nicely golden brown and crispy on the edges. To prepare this grilled cheese sandwich, you need a frying pan that is big enough to hold your sandwich, and also one that has a lid in order to maintain the heat inside. For the perfect grilled cheese sandwich, I want the outside to be golden brown and crispy, and the cheese inside all melty and gooey, and you need to maintain the heat in the pan in order to do that. So yeah, a lid is very important. I usually just heat my frying pan over medium to high heat, and as soon as it reaches like a hot temperature, carefully drop in the sandwich with the buttered side to the bottom and add the lid instantly. You can then reduce the heat to a low medium, and then carefully remove the lid and butter the other side of the sandwich. Then instantly add the lid again, and then just leave your sandwich to it. Of course, I would recommend checking on it or staying nearby because depending on your pan and depending on how hot your pan can get, it can also burn easily. So just make sure to stay nearby, but try not to move the sandwich around too much in the pan. After about 2 to 3 minutes, gently flip the sandwich onto the other side. Again, add a lid and let the sandwich do its thing on the other side. It should roughly take about another 2 minutes until your sandwich is done. And then you can simply remove it and slice it and enjoy it and admire all the vegan cheesy gooiness. For the third recipe, I'm showing you how I make vegan cream cheese. It's actually a very simple recipe, but it takes a little bit more time because you have to pre-soak your cashews, for at least 4 to 6 hours or ideally overnight. And the cream cheese also tastes best when it has stayed in the fridge overnight. You best use a decent blender for this recipe and just simply add your soaked cashews to the blender and don't drop your bowl while you do that. Then add the juice of half a lemon, about 1.5 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, then add in a glass of water, about 150 milliliters, a teaspoon of salt, and about 2 tablespoons of melted coconut oil. Add the lid to your blender and then simply combine everything on a high speed. You may have to pause the blender a couple of times during this blending process, simply just to scrape down some bits from the sides of the blender, because it automatically happens when you have such a small amount in such a big blender. Maybe I should have a smaller blender, but yeah, this is what I'm working with. Blend everything until smooth. I realized in my blender it worked a little bit better on like a lower speed if I just blended it for a longer time. So this is what I do here. Of course, try not to leave your blender open, it might splash. Luckily with my one it kind of worked to do it on this low speed. On this occasion I decided to make a roasted garlic and chives cream cheese. So for that I took a bulb of garlic. I cut off the top of my garlic and drizzled a little bit of olive oil on the top and placed it in my oven for about 10 to 15 minutes at a high heat in order to roast it. Now, this is what the smooth cream cheese looked like after about 10 to 15 minutes of blending, all nice and smooth and creamy. And then I simply went and added about 3 bulbs of this roasted garlic to the blender. Then I blended for about another minute just to incorporate the garlic. For the final touches, I added the chopped chives and also a little bit of black pepper. And again, just briefly blended it to combine. I then transferred the cream cheese into a little dish and placed it in the fridge where it stayed for a night in order to firm up. Of course, you can instantly use it, but I would really recommend leaving it in the fridge for at least 6 to 8 hours, because then it just gets the perfect consistency. I love eating this cream cheese on a freshly toasted bagel together with some tomatoes and of course lots and lots of nooch on the top. So yeah, these were 3 of my favorite cheesy recipes.
And for more vegan recipes, just make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and to follow me on my Instagram account where I post lots and lots of food as well all of the time. And yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Bye.